Hi, I wanted to share what I made today in positive physics. You know, I'm always talking about it, so I thought I would share visually with you some of the great things about it. I made something for the atomic structure unit. You can see my course is called CAV Chemistry, and there's a drop down menu, and there would be other units there when I make them. And I have made four different sections here. And you can see that students will be scored on did they do it and how they got their answers right. And you can see the available questions I've put in there. Over here, you see all my different classes. Yours would look like that when you set it up. So I don't want my physics class to do this, so I have the option to remove it so they won't see that as part of their assignment. Or perhaps I want to pace when they're going to take it. We're not ready to do the average atomic mass right now, so I'm going to lock it for a chemistry class, and then I can go back in and unlock when they're ready to take it. So those are some of the controls that we have in positive. Now, about some of the questions that you see in here and lesson and questions. So counting atomic particles was something that was a little not highly represented in the actual existing materials. So I was able to go in and script some questions of my own. I set it up in the chart format that I usually like to use. I gave them 6 protons and 6 neutrons, and they can say that the atomic number is 6 and that the number of electrons is 7, and they can then, let me try that again. They can put in that the atomic number is 6 and the number of electrons is 6, but let's say they miss it and put in 7. As they go, they can check their answers. It'll turn green if it's correct, and it will turn with a little tiny X if it's wrong and not turn green. So they fix it and they try again, and now they're checking their answers. Under isotope name is a multiple choice, so I gave them a drop-down menu. They can choose carbon 6, carbon 12, carbon 13, and the mass number would be 13, and check their answers. So they got this one right eventually. It's a lighter gray, and a bright green for the one they got ready right away. They can navigate to the next questions. They're all a little bit similar until we get here, and instead I provided the isotope name and maybe the number of protons, or maybe I gave them all blank questions to fill out. So I put them in order with 8 practice problems to get progressively harder. There were already existing questions on isotopes, average atomic mass, and there was an ion inquiry, quick visit with the isotopes. These were already existing questions that I put into place. And you can see they provided a picture that's not really relevant. There's not an actual number, but this says if I have 3 protons, what element do I have? And then it gives me a drop-down menu to pick from. So I know that's going to be lithium. They're in alphabetical order. And that if I have a mass number of 6 goes at the top, and the atomic number goes at the bottom, and I can check my work as I progress through. Average atomic mass questions were already in existence. They give abundance and the isotope, and then they have them calculate, and they put the number in to check their answers. I chose to include the inquiry that was provided by Positive Physics, and this sends them to the PhET simulation. It gives them some instructions to use there, some questions to answer by what they're doing, to add different numbers of protons, neutrons, and electrons. This focus is on ion charge. So if I have the same number of protons and electrons, I have, no net charge. But here I have 3 protons and 4 electrons, so now I would select a -1 charge. And then it asks them some guided questions in the format of some of the Pogel style type questions to conclude about what determines the net charge of an atom. There's a whole host of resources already here. There is a course called Chemistry 2324 where I found most of the questions that were in use, but I can write my own now. I've learned how. There's a chemistry classic. The questions are not really great quality. Engineering, environmental science. This is the course I created, the course I created for physics. There's a physical science. That's the regular physics, and then the sample custom course. So those are some of our options. I can add more units as we go, but I wanted to share with you this wonderful resource. Thank you. Bye.